Kiwawa.
ANSUBU, Maki Wawa.
Okay. Today, at the Lord Left Command, we're dealing with the ancient Nubian mystery science, the science of spirituality, of the spiritual sciences. So we'll be discussing some of the spiritual sciences in the science of how spirituality operates. Can spirituality operate outside of the physical is what we want to know.
No.
Okay. So spirituality is what?
Consciousness or
What's the key word we're using?
communication.
Oh, yeah.
Communication. So spirituality is the universe communicating with us, right?
Yeah.
And so the universe is communicating with the things that are made, right?
Yep.
That's spirituality,
Yeah.
right? So it's not no hocus pocus. It ain't no man coming way back from outer space, because in outer space, it's some degrees below gravity, right? I mean, some degrees below zero, right? Out in outer space, there's no oxygen, right? So can a bird fly up in outer space?
No.
Can a man fly in outer space?
No.
Can God do anything he want to do?
No.
Okay, he has to follow some laws, right? God follows the laws that he wrote, right? Or she wrote. Or put it like this. Can the universe do something that's not inside of its own script?
No.
It has to stick to a script.
Yeah.
Okay? So man is bound by gravity. Now, the foreigners, they want to levitate, right? They want to make chairs float, right? They're obsessed with telling us that, right? So we spend our whole time going to work, slaving for other people, and somehow we want to get spiritual power, right, to heal the sick, right? Well, we can transfer energy. Is that true?
Yep.
But what about all these miracles that we see at these churches? Have anybody asked why these motherfuckers don't go into the hospitals?
Right.
Have anybody ever asked that? Why do you got to go give out some money to the pastor or to the minister or to the bishop, right, to get a healing or to get a piece of prayer cloth? If I make somebody feel uncomfortable, right? But not in this room, huh? But somebody is being really uncomfortable, right? Because the worst thing to find out is that we're operating in some untruths. But it's okay if you can admit it. When you don't know something, what's the best thing to do?
I don't know.
Is admit it. Then you can know, right? What do niggas do?
Act like they know.
Yes.
Okay, guess, act like you know. What else they do? Make up shit. And if you tell them they're wrong, they might shoot you, stab you, kill you, fight you, or stop talking to you, right? What are you doing here? We're going to say we don't know so we can find out, right? Because the greatest part of being on this planet is what? Find it out. Right? I always give this stuff to find out, right?
Yep.
Can you know everything about this planet? So you have to keep coming back over and over again, right? Is this planet so bad that you don't want to come back? Every spirit wants to come to this planet.
Right.
There's 7 planets.
That have,
No. There's 9 heavenly bodies. We put it like this. There's 9 heavenly spheres. Right?
So,
This is the 7th created. This is the 3rd from the sun. Right? We're in the heavens. This planet has a heartbeat. So this is heaven's what? This is heaven's heart. 3rd from the sun. It has a heartbeat. Out of 7 heavenly and the 7th created. Right? It's the only planet in our solar system that has a heartbeat. And so we want to come here again and again and again. What's fucked up about the planet?
White people.
Okay, he said white people. What'd you say?
man, it's no harmony, no communication.
You said no harmony, no communication. What'd you say?
I don't know.
He don't know. I like his answer. When we read the history books, right, the Quran said everybody should be judged by their books. When the European bring his books to the table, he say he goes around the earth roaming. That's he ain't no class of roaming.
Right.
He roams the earth. In the book of Job, it says, Satan, where has you been? He said, I've been up and down, roaming the earth, right? Causing mischief. So when the European left Rome, what did he do? He caused some mischief. He came to lie, steal, chill, and destroy. They got another name that they call themselves, right? You mind your own business, what do? They rush in, don't they?
Russians.
Okay? They got another thing that they do, right? You help this a motherfucker, right? And when they come, right, what kind of man are they? Germans, right? They tell you who they is, right?
Yeah, Germany.
They said the angel Satan, right? What do they call themselves? Anglo-Saxons. What's the difference between angel Satan and Anglo-Saxon? Okay? This is technology. This is the matrix. Matrix only means mind trick. It's a word game, right? We communicate in sound vibration. So we go get some stuff right. Can we go communicate? What is unity?
Communication.
Unity ain't protesting. Unity ain't marching. Unity is communicating. They got the media. They got the newspaper. They got books. They got DVDs, CDs. They got advertisement. They everything is broadcast with all kind of they bullshit communication, right? And since we ain't been still, right, and letting rock communicate with us, or let the universe communicate with us, we get into wrong communication. And so we don't have no unity inside the communication, right? So what we need to do is shut them out, shut them down. How do we shut them down?
Don't look at them. Don't touch them.
Don't look at them. Don't touch them. Do like we doing in a group.
Don't go to their schools. Don't read their books.
Well, but you can read all that, right? You can read all that because you're in a system, but we got to create our own system, right? So as the system go down, we have to bring one up. And it's like a portal through time, right? All that spiritual magic and all supernatural stuff that we really want to do, meaning nigga, black man, black woman, kings, queens, start writing your history. That's how you go through the portal of time. It's called the records. Another name for records is rock cord. What holds us together is the umbilical cord of the universe, right? That's why when the Jews stole a thing, they said, in ancient Kemet, it's called tying the knot. They say 3 cords make a strong unity, right? So everything that they have, they got it from our ancestors. Do we want it the way they gave it to us? Okay, so do we go back and pick stuff up?
I mean,
No.
well,
Or do we go forward and let them give it to us again?
Yeah.
oh no.
We go forward and let them hand it to us again, right? Yes. We don't have to go back and pick nothing up. We go forward because they ain't with nowhere.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The answers is already there. Answers don't only mean answers. All we gotta do is go forward. As we go forward, we have to have a desire to allow the answer to come to us.
Right.
And so all of this is rock. Represents us. Because this is the membrane of rock. It's called the dark matter and black energy. In other words, they call it melanin. In other words, they call it pigment. We can go into some other words too. Inside the anatomy, inside the biology, inside the chemistry, inside the alchemy. Those are other videos, those are other segments. We're just trying to get today. The key is what?
Communication.
Before we got in here, did we know how to communicate?
Yeah.
No, we didn't. We didn't know how to communicate. We was given some communications.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Right now, Rod's communicating through us. With us. For what? Forward movement and what? Moving forward.
Moving forward.
Because we are what? What are we?
Well, African mind.
And what's the key word here?
African.
Okay. And what's the key word?
Oh.
Mind.
Okay, mind. So we got 3 key words. Loyal, African mind. Not Nigerian mind, not Crip mind, not blood mind, not North American mind, not Asian mind, not Asiatic black man, not Moors, right? African minds, right? Something that everybody can relate to, right? And we loyal African minds. Now we need to figure out what the mind is. So they say, as above, so below. That's where we're at in our communication, right? So the universe is above us. It communicates to our mind, right? What's below us is the earth. So our mind is a heavens, one of the heavens. Our hands and feet are one of the earth, right? As it is in heaven, so it is in earth. What's bound in heaven can be bound in the earth. Meaning, the body,
So what the mind think the body do?
if you make it do it, right? If you make it do it. So if we want to move a mountain, we got to.
That's what I was just finna say. That's why that's in the Bible. That's subliminal. The Bible moving mountains with. But go ahead.
It says you can move a mountain through faith. I mean,
Faith.
you got some people who will sit there and pray to Jesus or Allah or Moses or Buddha or whoever. I'm not discriminating with your prayer to. Then you got some of us who will use the intellect and the intelligence as the universe tells us that this mountain can be moved. Somebody will poke at it with a stick, right? And you'll see some dirt fall off, right? Somebody get something like a spoon and flick something, right? You'll see some more dirt fall, right? Someone get a little spade and hit it, and you'll see some more dirt come, right? Somebody can get a shovel and you can move it, right? Then more people will get some more shovels and get to moving, right? And then somebody say, what the fuck, this is too hard, right? But do we stop using the shovels? No. But it's going to be another group trying to figure out a bigger shovel that's easier to use, right?
Oh yeah.
The intellect and intelligence. As above, so below. What you can conceive, you can make happen. Because think about this planet, right? This is heaven. This is the heaven's heart. This is the third from the sun. Seven created. And the heavenly spirit of knowledge.
Son is the mind. See the invitation of.
So, if it comes to you, it can be done from the materials of the earth. Everything that comes to you is good for you.
No.
If you're the melanated person, it takes a foreigner, it takes an angel, it takes an alien. The word angel does not mean good or bad. The Anglo-Saxon, right? The Anglo-Saxon or the angel Satan, right, means he has an angle. It's a foreign substance that's coming to you. Our ancestors call it the shining ones. The shining ones. They have a European on these covers. It just puts. Those are autographs. Symbols don't mean nothing, but can mean everything. They autographs. It speaks to our soul. The shininess. So, when the European brings us an ideal, it disrupts our ecological system. What is our ecological system? Is it Africa? Or is it the whole earth?
The whole earth.
Oh. Do we come from Africa or do we come from the whole earth?
The earth.
That's one of the places.
The earth.
Okay, now, we come from the whole goddamn earth. There's nowhere on this place you can dig up that you don't see us. Right? They just found a bone in Africa that's millions of years old, right? But I tell you this, if we dig in South America, we'll find some of our people millions of years old too. If we dig in North America, we'll find some of our people millions of years too.
They found one in China.
If we dig, I was gonna say, so no matter what we dig at, right? We come in. So in this book, I got it located, and in some other books, it says, they call it the Book of Dead, but it's the Book of Life. It talks about life. It's all it talks about is life. And so Ross says, my people are the people who survived millions and millions and millions of years. That's the declaration. Who is this people?
The black people. All right.
The ones who survived millions and millions of years. We don't want to use the word black too much. I'm not trying to be a Moor or a Hebrew, but the word black, if you hear the word B, what's the next word inside black?
Black.
Okay, be black. And the word white, you hear wah, which means wind, height. So they always winning. They always at the height. And the word black entails that you be black. So we're not a color, right? We're not a color. And so these are thought patterns. So when we think of black,
It's to be little.
no, not necessarily. When we think of black, we need to use the word dark. Because in the word dark, we have the word de-arc. The arc, right? The arch, if you put it in the letters A-R-K, you can say K-A-R, car, right? Or you can say R-A-K, rack. So inside dark matter and black energy. But inside the word black, we also have Build Act, right? The Build Act, right? The Build Act, right? So it's okay to use words if you know the etymology and the linguistics of it. We want to use a better word. We want to use the word new body. Because new represents the universe, and Bob represents the heart and soul that connects things with things. It connects life.
Numakiwawa.
Numakiwawa. So we're going to get back into as above, so below. The universe speaks to your mind. Your mind filters it through your intellect and your intelligence. Your intellect's intelligence tells the body, the physical being, to do an activity. The activity that you make is called an institution. It's called a culture. It's called a custom. The European took us out of culture. He took us out of customs. He took us out of institutions. So when Obama came to office, he pointed out the institutions that we built. That was his job. All the other shit we were looking for, that wasn't in the script. Just the fact that he made it to the office to one of the institutions that we built, meaning that we had to go into our institutions. Do we want the institutions that the white folks got? No. That means we can create some institutions, right? Mm-hmm. It took us 400 years of them forcing us to build some institutions, right?
That's right.
We can do that in 40 years. That's what the symbolic is, 40 acres and a mule, right? The 40 acres mean 40 years. The mule means that the black man, the black woman, or the nuba gets up and makes some action. Don't look for 40 fucking acres and a mule. Stop looking for that bullshit.
Remember, it takes a donkey and a horse to make a mule.
Right. Don't look for that shit, right? Because that's a symbolic language. You know what I mean? You're going to give you 40 acre mule. You got every black person individual. I want my 40 acre mule. People, a nation, don't get shit individually. White folks ain't going around getting shit individually. They're doing it as a group. Chinese doing shit as a group. Now, what we should be asking for, right? You, me. We should be having a petition. We should write a petition, sign it, motherfucker, and say that we want this much land in the Department of Interior, right? And it should equal out for each individual to stand on 40 acres, right? And we want some equipment that can do the work of one mule for each individual. So that means there's tractors, shovels, pumps, power grids, enough to build an infrastructure, enough to create a city-state, right? Around the globe. The things that you took us out of. And we're going to break it down. Inside communication is the key. So what we communicate is forward movement right now. We're not dwelling on what the white man did. What we're dwelling on, what we were doing. We were in our city-state. We had a staple food supply, right? And we had a daily custom and culture. We had a way of communicating. So when the European came in, he came in, hey, good day, old chap. How you doing? Hello, hi. Good morning, sir. Right? He came in with the 42 fake, right? He came in with the deception, with the lie.
Right down the middle.
We bit. Did we blame the white man? We blame ourselves because we bit. Because we already felt his vibe was wrong. We already knew the nigga didn't need. We already knew the motherfucker shouldn't be around kids. Can't you see that? Can't you see just looking at the motherfucker? Do you want them hanging around your kid? Well, some of us are Nickel-peans or Afro-peans, so we will love them, right? We want to have kids, right? But that's another story. So when he came in our society, he found out who was the general. He found out who was the chief. He found out who was the priest. And he went to work on their ass, right? What did he do to the general? He showed the general a gun, right? What did he do to the priest?
He showed them the Bible.
Okay, you get it. What did he do to the chief? He showed them Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, King George, right? They say King George wants to make a contract with you and our people that we may be friends and live on this earth in harmony.
Right.
What the fuck we need that for? We're already in harmony. We should have went to the Husa or to the Shanti or to the Zulu or to the Misa or to the Mai or to the Oromo or to the Angol or to the Exodia. or to the Pitois. We can go on. We got a lot of different
Dialects and
we got a lot of different groups that call themselves different names.
yeah.
So when he came through, we couldn't do what?
We couldn't communicate.
We couldn't communicate. We couldn't express what was going on. Something was going on, and it was happening. The Portuguese came over here, the French came over here. Now, even though they speak different languages, could they communicate?
Nope.
The Europeans, even though they spoke different languages, can they communicate?
Yeah.
How do we know we can communicate? Because their royal bloodline intermarried. Their royal bloodline learned all the languages of Europe. Okay? Their bloodline, their government bloodline, it feeds each other information. Our bloodlines harbored ourselves into our little categories, right? I'm Ashanti. I'm Husa. I'm from Mali. I'm from this. I'm from that. I'm not talking about nobody. Just saying that right now we're in an age where we need to communicate. We have these cellular devices. We're talking about our body are made of cells. Rock is in the cellular cells. Right now we're in a high frequency. Right now, all of us together are radiating. All of us are being active. From that sun, we're coming into a new ray. Touching our skins and we're coming to a new vibe. We're here, we're communicating, and we're talking about forward movement, moving forward. This is just a mental exercise with the Lower African minds. You can reach us at 707-712-2654, or you can reach us at 707-331-7746. Lower African minds and Kenya Angelina ANSUBU will have more information coming out. Just to spark anyone's interest. We're not against anyone, but the analogies that we're giving, you can be a Buddhist, you can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Hindu, you can be a Moor. We don't give a fuck about that. What we do care about, your black ass or your Nubian soul, picking up the shovel, turning the dirt over, putting some seeds in the ground, talking to the plants, allowing them to get the sunlight, taking their crops, putting it in the community. But we ain't eating no GMOs. The food that we grow, we know is good, right? Do we talk to plants?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when they tell us you worship the plant, they can't remember they saying they're talking to the plant. Do we talk to the sun? Yeah, we talk to everything in creation, because everything in creation we made up. So we're going to go like this right here. We go like this right here. This is the power of our communication. Africa. They speak one language over here, speak one language over here, speak one language over here, speak one language over here. Could they communicate?
No.
Here is America. When they get over here, could they communicate?
No.
Because he dropped them off by each other, right? Separating them from tribes, and they all around each other that can't communicate. And so now we have to communicate in English. Now all these represent different Africans, right? But over time, these different Africans created this, right? What is that? That's the all in all. That's rah. What part of Africa you come from? What tribe you in? All of them. We ain't got the complexities that they got over the motherland. We all the tribes. We got some white blood in us. What kind of white blood? We got all those motherfuckers in us. We got some Native Americans. Which ones we got? We got all the motherfuckers in us. I rebuke the Native American and I rebuke the Europeans. I only listen to rock. Right? So we got a lot of different things in our 78 trillion cells that talk to us in our 48 billion brain cells that move at 24 million miles per second at the speed of thought. Is faster than the speed of light and sound.
That's right.
So if I listen to the first gene, Ron, can I miss out?
No.
Because I'm not listening to the Native American gene. I'm not listening to the European gene, right? I'm not listening to the Asian gene. I'm not listening to the Indo gene. I'm not listening to the Persian gene or the Arab gene. I'm listening to
ANSUBU.
that which came with the universe, the original. Are we the chosen people?
Yeah.
No. Every group of people who got a name means chosen. So since we ain't chosen people, go with that bullshit, Because the chosen people was waiting for the Messiah to come back. They're waiting for Muhammad to come back. They're waiting for Buddha to come back. They're waiting for Jesus to come back. They're waiting for somebody to come back. Because they chosen for somebody to come back. So if we ain't chosen, who are we? We the original. The original. The original.
Not genetically modified.
We are the originals. We ain't got to wait for nobody to come back because the original person, the original personality, the original characteristic, the original spirit, the original thought is all within us. Right? So do we got to wait for the ancestors to come back?
No.
They us. So the answers mean what? Answers. So we got to go inside ourselves for the answers. So do we go to the Democrats and Republicans for answers?
No.
Do we go to Allah for answers? Do we go to Yahweh for answers?
No.
Do we got to be some special people? And when the Most High come back, he's going to do all this. No, nigga, we got to pick up a shovel, right? Turn the dirt over.
And receive his information.
Plant some seeds, right? And let the fruit grow, then we ain't got no GMOs, right? So we're responsible for our own horticulture, our own agriculture, our own cultivation. The key word on earth is what? Culture. Okay? We have to be responsible for our own culture. Culture can be food, it can be social, it can be political, it can be economical. I have a question. Since we came from here, right? And here's South America, and here's North America. We was already here, right? And then they came out of Europe, and they brought some from the Pacific lands, and now we all here. We the all in all, right? So we can go inside our DNA and our RNA, and we can do our memory, and we can take the best from what's on the culture of Earth, the ecological system. So our ecological system is what? The Earth, right? Is it Africa? Is it South America?
The Earth.
It's the whole Earth.
The heart of the universe.
Okay? It's heaven's heart. It's beating. The spiritual can do nothing without the physical. It expresses itself in the physical. So a spiritual being, right, is a physical being. Are we flesh?
No.
So we covered in soul. We're covered in soul. The European is flesh. Right? So we can't live in the flesh. We can't live in the European concept. Because when the European comes, what he has is pornography. He has different sexual lifestyle. He has alcohols. He has drugs. And all the things that he bombards you with to keep you out of your soul. Because he said that he called it soul brother, soul sister. Right? Remember we used to have soul music? And then the drum beat gets into your soul. And then you see the old movie, oh, stop the drum beat! Stop the drum beat! What are they doing? Right? So we got membranes, we connected. We know we got a soul. There's a soul in the air. It's called the sun at England. And it's a fire in the earth. It's a solar disk also. We have souls on our feet. So what happens with the souls on our feet, when we watch the earth, the fire is the earth, it jumps around. Right? And the soul in the sky, it shoots off flares, right? So when those two fires click, as above, so below, right? We in the center. It causes us to react and become activated. Okay? So the soul is like a power pack that allows when the spirit is in the body. So when the soul, each soul has a certain time limit. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick. So we have to prepare for the next generation 100 years. The trick that they give us, don't worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow take care of itself. Don't want nothing on earth right now. Store your treasures up in heavens.
Pray for it. The
Okay?
government's going to come save.
Where's the heavens at?
Here.
Huh?
On earth.
Okay, heavens, earth is part of heavens, right? So all the treasures that heaven have is in the earth. Now the European needs the bank. Just throw the gold up and the diamonds, right? What's our treasure chest?
Within us.
Huh?
Earth.
The earth. This is heaven's treasure chest. They say the streets of heaven is paved in gold, right? If gold is an earthly substance, why would I want to die to go somewhere that got an earthly substance in the spiritual sky? That don't make sense. So now we got to start learning that in front of the lie is the truth. With the lie is what?
More lies.
More lies. The lie. Behind the lies, more lies. So, since we go all in all, and we have to go forward, we don't have to go back. Because all this is in us. And we're doing forward movement. We asking the brothers and sisters out there to come together with us and help us build Numakiwawa, which is new represents the universe. Ma is divine order. Ki is like the key of life. And Wawa is the universal sound or vibration. We have join. What it says? Excuse me. What it says?
Join our community.
Join our community. Visionaries, activists, representatives, and advocates.
Advocates. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's some brothers out there that might watch this, some sisters out there might watch it, and you might feel that you can advocate something, or you can represent something, or you might want to be an activist, or might have visions. You might think you so spiritual that you can do something physically because you got vision, you got some great ideals. You have nowhere to express it. And so what we have to do, we have to work on our cultural, our educational, our spiritual, our social, and our economical, and our cultural aspects of our society. Some people call it Kemet. We call it Nukamat. They call it Kamat, right? Which was the soul of Ma'at. The Europeans call it Egypt, or they call it Mezris, or they call it Coptic. They call it Kemet. It's called Kamat. It was the soul of Ma'at. We call it Nukamat because what? We let the universe express itself through us right now, today. Who was the ancient Kemetic people? Who was it?
The original people.
The original people. Who are we?
The original.
Did we go anywhere?
No.
We just got moved away from our stuff.
Yeah.
Remember, we was talking, I always come back to the point, just trying to make a whole bunch of things into one. If you study this section, it might seem like I jump around, but you'll get a lot of information. Okay? When the European comes, one thing he does, he studies you, and here you are centralized. Here's the Ra again, right? Ra's in the midst. Or we can say, here's our village. We got food, we got cattle, we got our ironsmiths, we got our goldsmiths, we got our clothes makers, right? So what he does, he gives that to king. And then the king, he tricks them to make alliance with their kings, the Portuguese king, the French kings and queens, right? And next thing you know, we're exporting, right? Stuff that we used to have our people, right? Get for our villages. And we used to trade with one another. Now we're exporting stuff out to Europe. And so what is they bringing to us? What can they bring to us from Europe?
Disease.
Okay, disease. What else can they bring to us? The devil does what?
Lie.
He brings lies. What else he bring?
Death.
Deception. So he came to us to do what? Cheat, steal, and to destroy. So now, what he does, he causes friction and burn our crops. Now we got to go out further to eat, right? He comes in as a gentleman and he shoots the animal that's around the village, causes panic, right? Since it's one ecological system and everything works on a vibe, he brings a state of panic, a state of anxiety. Also, we're moving in a state of rage because how could the king be in alliance with him? He works on the priests and bring them into his Christian or Islamic doctrine. Now, it's called switch and bait. We off our spiritual grade and we into, okay, put like this. You got good, right? If you take an O from good, you got what?
God.
Okay. So they take from good, right? You got evil. And they add to evil. If you add to evil, you get devil. So inside you, in our society, you only can do good and evil. You can feel when you do good and evil. We were so connected, if you stole, right, we would ask you to repent. Not repent, but repent. Because if you don't, it'll penetrate all of us. So we can do three things. You can repent, and we embrace you and love you, and woo, we get out of our village, we get out of our system, and we celebrate you, right, for doing the right thing, right, before it grows and festers. Or we can banish you from the tribe. When we such a loving people, we eat together, we sing together, we do everything together because we communicate every day, right? And the key to everything is communication, right? So we stay in constant communication with the plant, with the animals, with the sun, with the moon, with the air, with each other, right? Because the universe is always communication, and we just are part of the ecological system of the earth. We not the whole earth, we are part of the ecological system. That means the insect has a right to live, the plant has a right to live, and the animal has a right to live, right? So we know that we're in balance with the whole universe. We're in balance with this whole solar system. This is not my system, it's the solar system. So anything that the sun ray touches, it has activity, right? So what's the chief programmer?
Sun.
The sun. It tells the flower what to do. It tells the insect what to do. So when the sun disappears, they go like this. The leaves, and the animals. And when it touches them, they rise. So that's called the biological solar rhythm. Then we have a biological earth rhythm.
My plans were asleep when that light was on. Huh?
So what we're trying to say, they took from good and they added to evil. Well, good and evil is a component that's inside yourself. God and devil is something that's out. It's something that's outside. Somebody got to write that script. Somebody got to give you a book to say what God does and what he doesn't do. Right? I will put it like this. It's two gods, good and evil. It's one Lord. People will kill you if you don't follow that Lord. If you go against Jesus, will they kill you?
Probably.
What you mean probably? They wrecked the whole world. They went around the whole world and made everybody follow under Jesus, right?
Yeah.
If you go against Muhammad, would they kill you?
Yeah.
If you go against Buddha, would they kill you?
Yeah.
If you go against Krishna, would they kill you?
Yeah.
These are supposed to be men that represent God. And God only can be good or evil because it steps outside of good and evil. But the good and evil only can be what you do. That's what you're responsible for. Now they said somebody, right, is responsible for your good and evil. His name is Jesus, or his name is Muhammad, or his name is Buddha. I'm not saying that it goes like that. We just use an analogy because we don't want to offend in you. Assalamu alaikum, or your shalom, or your namastes, or your hoteps. We don't want to offend you. We just talk to our people so you can get off our line. You don't have to comment, right? You just let us talk to each other. And we explain it in a biorhythm where we can understand that we don't have to get caught up in your paradigm. So you don't have to explain to us what the Quran says or what the Bible says. We don't need none of your narrative. We're speaking to each other. Please, peace, go, bye. Now, for you Nubian souls, right? For you Nubian souls, we understand that the God and the devil is constraint made by foreigners to do what to us?
Confuse us.
Okay.
Deceive us.
Deceive us,
Lie.
to lie. And so they're doing what? Communicating to us. The only way we can come into it if we what?
Accept it.
Okay, or
Now if we hear it,
if we listen to that shit, then we gotta look at it. If we look at it, right, we imitate it. So now they said hieroglyphs. Hiero means holy. Glyph means sign. They say metu neter, or matter, nature. If we use the word matter, nature, for the metu neter, the matara, nutara, meaning that all the matter in the universe has a nature. And this is the way we expressed ourselves. We didn't have no Arabic script. We didn't have no A to Z. We expressed ourselves in the things that we saw in creation. So everything in creation, we use it as components to express ourselves. Give you another example. In the motherland, Africa, we're still on the subject of the God and the devil, but you reason good and evil because we're all members of Ra. And we're just trying to connect because communication is the key. If we don't communicate, we can't unify. Unity is nothing but communication. Right? And so, we got a handle. We got a man. I'm not the best artist. You can tell. So if here's a plate, here's a piece of gold. If this hammer has a piece of gold in it, right, and it's a fire, right? This man is a what? Goldsmith.
Yeah.
If it has silver in the handle, and it has a piece of silver in it, you say these are statues, right? Or these are idols. And we ain't supposed to worship what kind of idols? False idols, right?
Yeah.
What's the opposite of false? Okay. Now just watch this. So it has a gold handle. It has a piece of gold on the plate. He's a what?
Goldsmith.
If it's silver, he's a what?
Silversmith.
If it's brass, he's a what?
Brassmith.
If it's iron, he's a what?
Ironsmith.
If it's copper, he's what?
Coppersmith.
Okay. So now, those things are called crafts, right? So now you got it right here.
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft, right? They said we practice witchcraft because he couldn't identify the crafts,
Or couldn't
right?
connect with it.
What craft did we practice? We practiced goldsmithing. So when he came to get us out of Africa, did he just pick us up to be slaves?
No.
Or did he pick us up to use crafts? Numakiwawa.
Hi, this is Sherry. I'm friends with Maria.
Put it on pause.